Hey guys, another video coming to you. Testing out a new camera stand, so we'll see how that goes. So today I'm going to be setting up and putting in the Mishimoto radiator that I got. Now I'm not going to be wiring it up today because I want to see a couple different things with having the ECU run the fans, if Link can do that, or if I should just hot wire them to be always on. So before I get into this, what I want to talk about real quick is sponsorships, and I'm going to be putting the weather stripping so I can do the fan kit at the same time I'm talking to you. So one of the things I wanted to talk about was, a lot of people bash Mishimoto as not a real sponsor because they do a discount on their goods versus just giving you stuff. But what most people don't really consider is, most of these car companies, unless you have a major build or you're competing at a pro level, most of these companies really aren't just going to give you stuff because the return on their investment isn't there. So I got hooked up with Mishimoto very early on with one of my other cars when they first started selling stuff, and yeah, I really like their products. I mean, their warranty is good, and yeah, this is being difficult, and the fitment and everything is usually pretty spot on. I really can't complain. They stand behind what they make, and I've always been, super happy. I've never been, disappointed with anything that I've gotten from them, whether it's a universal fit product and like a catch can or something like that. They're always pretty well engineered, and the overall fit and finish is usually pretty damn good. So with that being said, the main thing that I think is funny, and like I said, is that people bash on them. And I mean, granted, if you're going for other brand sponsorships, what I point out that I was sponsored by them, and with everything, and expect to get more from a different company. Not necessarily, but then again, the way I approach companies is vastly different than what most people would do, because most people would, just send an email, and if they don't get the answer that they like, they move on. So, I mean, I really try and establish what a company's going to get out of sponsoring me, whether it's, something as stupid as, just sending me some stickers, whether it's, posting up my car on their site, whether it's, a product, whatever. There's a lot of different things that a company can give you that, even though it's not a free product, is still a very
valuable
tool in your toolbox, especially if you are trying to do a huge build or something like that. It sounds stupid, but one of my friends, he got his biggest sponsor because he won a photo contest on a Facebook page, and it got a crazy amount of likes, and that got him on his way to gathering up a couple different sponsors. And since then, sponsors are like seagulls. Once you get one, you can usually start trying to get others. And if you start shitting on them because they're not giving you free stuff, that's a huge turnoff. Be humble, be grateful for what you get. I never ask for anything from any of the companies, and if they ever extend a discount or anything else, I'm very, very humble and graciously accept and try and give them shout outs and credit where it's due, because they don't have to do that. You know, there's nowhere in their business plan that says, hey, we're going to sponsor a guy that, you know, is building a weekend warrior car and may never see the light of day, which is probably what half the people that ask for sponsorship are. It's that they got way over their head in a build, and they're trying to just get something for free in hopes that when the car is done, it'll produce some result. But I mean, just to give you an idea, Mishimoto won't even set up a booth at an event unless you're expecting something like 10,000 plus people through the event. So, you know, to get a sponsorship for a product that's designed, fit, finish, and everything is good, it's specifically for your car, you know, I don't see how people can really complain about that, you know. And a lot of people will crap on other people for being excited for something like that. And I just feel like that's a really bad way to portray yourself, especially if you ever plan on going back and trying to get a sponsor. I mean, I've seen where sponsors will pull their sponsorship because, you know, you're talking a bunch of crap on Facebook and chat groups and stuff like that. You know, they don't want negative press like that if they have their name on your car. You got to be a little bit more respectful when you have a company that's backing you. You know, that's all stuff you got to think about. So that's why, you know, I always try and give my shout outs. Like I said, all this stuff comes out of my pocket. You know, Mishimoto was nice enough to hook me up with a sponsorship on this car, so I'm more than proud to use their parts. I have to compress that a little bit. That foam is actually messing me up on the bottom. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get an Allen key and help me. Let me go grab the Allen key. I'll be right back. So, what my goal with this is I just finished doing my heater core line delete. So I figured I was just going to get this all set up and get it in the car so that, I think it's actually that lock washer that's getting me. Get this in the car so it's out of the box and kind of protected, because I want to see how I'm going to have to do the, just take that one off now, the ducting, so that when my vented hood gets here, I can get that set up. So, yeah, one other thing I want to mention is, over the years I've always heard that stock radiator fans flow more air than aftermarket electric fans and whatever. And I want to say, I think that's nonsense. I don't care what numbers say. When these fans come on, you can stand behind the car and the air will be pushing your pants backwards. I've never had stock fans do that, even when I have, you know, on a regular front engine car, I'll have the hood up and you can barely feel them blowing air. And that was one of the big things that really sold me on Mishimoto products, was that aspect of it right there when I was using my 3000 GT, which they also sponsored, and they actually gave me some free products for that one. So I don't know if I should have looked. Those might have been different sizes. There we go. Alright, so just snug these up. Now I'm going to wire these later because like I said, I have to do some digging and see which way I want to do those. Sorry, I paused you there for a second. I just wanted to move the camera, but I had gotten some new radiator isolators since my old ones were kind of beat up, so I'm going to get those installed also so I can get this set in place. So now I'm going to be doing a front duct to go through the bumper and removing this and going through the back, and then I have a hood coming that's got a large opening to vent that all out through the hood, which for road racing is ideal. So let's see here. Alright, sorry about that pause. I had to take the air damming out. The stock radiator was skinny enough that it was able to drop out without taking those out. So let's get these in. So I put the feet on the bottom. We're just going to kind of tip it up and guide it as we go up. And it'll get to a point where it seems like it doesn't want to go anymore. And then you just got to lock those feet in. There you go. All settled. So I taped these up here. And now the only thing left to do is get these lined up and in. Boom. Boom. And then the air dams fit right back in front of them. Pow. Just like that. This one, oh, this is on the wrong side. Where's the other one? So this should go like that. Nope, got it right the first time. This should go like that. There you go. So you can put those like that. Now I'm actually gonna try and lean these forward more so it's flatter. So I'm actually gonna come up a little bit versus stocks like that. I want this to be more flat so when the air hits it, it's going through the whole thing. And to do that, I might just have to notch right here so the bleeder screw can clear. But these aren't going on anyway. It looks like I just have to trim back here to get them to fit. Like I said, this is a little bit bigger of a radiator. But all in all, didn't fit bad. Even with the shroud kit already installed on it. So I'm going to just leave that like that. And then, like I said, once I come back, I'll do the electrical. I'll probably just do them so that they're always on when the car is running. And this way I don't have to worry about turning them off or anything else. And then one other thing that I like about Mishimoto is this right here. I'm going to move the camera a second to show you this. So with their warranty, the way it works is you just basically pay a flat fee and they replace it. And let's see if I can get it to focus. each one of their items is individually serial numbered. So they know exactly who it was sold to and whatever. And I mean, there's documented cases where they someone wrecked their car, and with just that serial number, Mishimoto replaced the radiator, and I believe it was a front mount also. I think it was on an Evo.